Good morning. We're just about to get started in this first game. It's Bozos versus Mischief. Bozos all the way from Montana. And most people already know Mischief is a local Bay Area club. Let me put on my lapel here, sorry. Sorry for the late start. I had no idea who was playing this morning. The teams were still not finalized, and in terms of the fields, which team was going to play on which field. So thanks for joining us. It's a Bozos Ultimate team. And I'm on top of, or near the top of a parking garage to give you guys a little better perspective of the game. I'll be getting the player rosters in a second. I think Mischief has one, so I can start putting names to numbers. The Mischief ready to pull. This number 80 for Mischief sends it off. For the first point of the game, the quarterfinals of Revolution 2017. Bozos handler and takes it about 10 yards outside his end zone. Throws a break around to number 2. Nice undercut to the open space. Another undercut. And has to turn and dump. Throws an IO all the way across to the break side and continue along the break side. Quick movement of the disc from Bozos. They're the number 5 ranked team coming into this, or number 5 seeded team. And that was apparently a little too low for the Bozos cutter. Had her inside the end zone. So it would have been the first point of the game. But instead we have number 20 or 0 or 80. Can't tell from Mischief. Looks like it's a forehand force. Nice break around. I think that's Yeagle handling for Mischief. And Williams, I believe, that he plays for the San Francisco Flamethrowers in AUDL. Nice break around. Bozos is struggling to keep up with Mischief right now. And almost a nice layout there. And a layout across from another Bozos player, but comes short again, 2 in a row. That's going to be a break for Mischief. Starting strong on defense after a misconnect between Bozos players. And the guy I'm filming right now, that's Devin. He played on Phalanx Ultimate last year. A team I was part of, run by Zach Purdy. But this year, no Phalanx. The team was dissolved after the captain decided to play with a different team. Feel free to say stuff in chat. It's usually very interactive with you guys, or at least I try. Let me update the score in the comments. Currently 1-0, Mischief on Bozos. Pull comes out from Mischief. Looks like Bozos sets up a vert stack and a dump to the back. Dropped and an immediate pass from Mischief to the end zone, and that's going to be a second break for Mischief. Currently Bozos is having some trouble connecting with each other. It's a little surprising considering they just finished the game, so should be warmed up. Mischief, rather, this is their first game of the day. Need some other games that are going on. We have Polar Bears, and let me see who they're playing. Field 2, that's either Lawn Patrol or American Barbecue. I think I already guess I think that's American Barbecue unless I come up with a loss. Try to figure out who exactly that is. Bozo signals that they're ready. Pull goes out. It's about 5 yards from the end zone there. And almost a layout. Mischief. Huck goes deep into two Mischief defenders and tries a bid for that one. Number 30 can't come up with it. Mischief on defense again. Looking for the third break in a row of this game. Looks like a flick force. Mischief breaks it around. Number 27 takes a wide step around. Mischief into space, but a poachy Bozos defender snatches that away. Another vert stack and a Huck coming after Mischief's player got turned around. Chance for Bozos to hold, throws it into space. And the Bozos gets on the board. Their first point of the game. Looks like that poachy defense ended up working for them. They hold. They're down 2-1. Let's see if I can find some rosters or Mischief roster here. Sorry, everyone. Just trying to get a list of names here. 2017 roster. Hey, how's it going? Looking at their Facebook page, so I don't see anything online. Anyways, I'll keep trying for you guys, but recognize some of the players. If any of you are watching and are know some of the players on Bozos, go ahead and type them in the comments and make sure to mention their name. If you can, put a number next to them. That way it's easier to recognize. I think that was Pike Wings coach Manisha Dariani who threw that huck. Her nickname is Slap. Bozos gets a break opportunity here, and Slap almost gets the D there. She used to play for Fury. A nice hand block, but Bozos player able to come up with that. Looks like a forcing backhand. Bozos with the vert stack. Not finding the dump, so it has to huck it in a wide open Bozos player. And that one just out of the hands of the Bozos player, and they're currently down. All right, let me try to get some names here. 32 is Smith. Typing these out, sorry. 32 Smith. Slap talking to Smith, trying to work things out. But it looks like it's going to stay as a turnover. It's Mischief's second chance of holding here. Up goes up. Gets D, but number 40 loses it in the air. And Mischief comes down with it. That's going to put them up 3-1 on Bozos. Hold on, I'm going to mute myself here. Have a call I have to take. Sorry about that. Try to get you guys coverage of this at least. All right, sorry about that. It's like Bozos trying to hold, but another misplay by the handlers. Can't make too many mistakes like that against the #1 seeded team coming into this tournament. If they're trying to keep up. Looks like Williams is on the cut, on the ace position. Gets a break around. And a Mischief break makes the score 3-1. Sorry, 4-1. Mischief going to pull once again. Don't recognize that guy. Nor any of the other people on the line. Long hook, but it goes out of bounds. And they're going to take it about 20 yards or so inbounds. Really got to get these handler sets correct. And turning it over on dumps. Not a great start for them. Looks like Mischief is now forcing backhand. Now throws an upline cut into space. And without looking, the Mischief defender flails his arms and gets the disc. Now Mischief another scoring opportunity here. Call on the field though. It's probably going to come back. See if I can get a name from the bet. Number 2 is Mitchell. Let me write that down while you guys watch. Not sure what's going on. Probably a violation now. See who number 8 is. Bresler. Bresler can't stay on the defense. And Mischief, what an athletic grab from number 3. That's Brown. And Mischief gets another break, putting them up 5-1. After getting broken several times, I think Bozos is taking a timeout, trying to regroup. Let's get some coverage here of the Polar Bears game. We have Dulcie currently with the disc. Great cutter for them. Number 25 is Robot. I think number 24 is Joel Thompson. Makes a great break side cut. Still can't tell if this is American Barbecue or the other team who was supposed to play them. So Lawn Patrol or American Barbecue. Mischief and Bozos still in the timeout. Polar Bears currently trying to score. They're about 10 yards shy from the end zone. Dulcie dumps it back. Gets the reset. That's Marley near the end zone. And Tako Takayama tries an upline cut, but Marley can't connect on the dump pass. And since Taco, Greg, and Marley and Dulcie on their line, I think that's an O-line for Polar Bears. huck coming to an open player, but just out of the reach. And with that, we're going to go back to the Mischief Bozos game. Hopefully Bozos has recouped after that timeout. Number 18 is Yord. And I am glad that they have huge numbers on the back, along with huge names, so it's easier to see. Mischief pulls it off. Oh, sorry, pulls it to Bozos, but that's going to be out of bounds. Probably 20 yards or so from the end zone. All right, sorry, I was just typing an updated score. Huck comes out from Bozos to an open player. Williams is trying to get there and does. Snatches it from the air. Thought Bozos player had space, but Williams has some great speed on him. That's Slap Handling, who throws a huck. Good spot to the Mischief cutter. Now Diego takes it in the end zone and scores for Mischief. Looks like Bozos seems to have fixed their handling problems, or their dump sets. Try to huck, but Williams too fast. Mischief is now up with another break, 6-1 on Bozos. Paige Kircher says that in the comments that that's Brian Mitchell. Number 2. I think that was a player who scored for Bozos a little while ago. And we're about to find out after this point. Well, not really. If Mischief gets a break here, we're going to find out if this game is going to 13 or going to 15. I think since it's quarters, it's probably going to go to 15. So I'm not seeing familiar faces of our American Barbecue, so that may be Lawn Patrol, who ended up beating them in the pre-quarters. That's Mitchell with the disc for Bozos. Mitchell again handling. Good movement, steady hands. Hit called on the play. Mitchell taps it in, ready to play once again. Turns and dumps to number 10. Number 10 sends it to Mitchell once again. Mischief cutters downfield is struggling to get open here. Finally one, but Poachy defender. Wonder if Mischief is running a bracket or. Mitchell turns and dumps it to number 10. Let's get a name here. That's Crisp. Play resumes. Still can't find an open cutter. Mitchell with no dump. Hucks it deep to number 18. He's going to have to sky a Mischief player and rises above him. Great grab. Now turns and dumps over to Mitchell, who sends it into the end zone, and Bozos gets their second point of the game. That's a nameless Bozos player. I think that's number 29. He's got the tank on instead of the shirt. And Paige Kircher in the comments is asking if I can find out what's happening with the Blackbird versus Boise game. So let me find out. They're right over here. I have no idea what the score is. Couldn't tell you, since I have not been keeping track of it. Bozos is still waiting to pull, while Boise sets up a vert stack. All right, we're going to resume coverage. The Mischief Bozos game. If this game ends pretty fast and some other games are going on, go ahead and type in the comments which one you'd prefer to see. I think it's currently we have looks like Boise versus Blackbird, Polar Bears versus, I think it's Lawn Patrol, not American Barbecue. And I'm not sure who the other one is. Quick handler movement from Mischief. They march it up the line. Up the field, sorry. Number 10 gets an around break, but can't connect to number 00. Bozos here with the scoring opportunity. Has to lay out, and what a grab. Catches it. Keeping it alive for Bozos. If they want to stay in this game, they need to make this break happen. And a huck goes up, but two Mischief defenders are closing in on it, and number 15 gets the sky there. And now a flick hug for Mischief. That's a tough read. But 00 catches it in the end zone. That's going to be a Mischief hold. They are up 7-2. Looks like Paige Kircher's. Thanks for the update. I didn't realize that Blackbird and Boise played so close. So I'll make sure to cover that once this game is over, or if it ends pretty early. Sorry, I'm about to snack on something. Forgot to get breakfast this morning. Gonna mute my mic a little so you guys don't get much of the munching. Well, it looks like Mischief has made it halftime. Or at least that's what it seems. So since Paige requested, I'm going to get some coverage of the Blackbird Boise game. Boise currently scored on Mischief. I wasn't sure if that was an O-line for Mischief or a D-line. Some games, names on the line for Blackbird here. It's number 29, that's VY Chow. Sorry, didn't get you guys in frame. And number 7, that's Melina Weeb. Number 21, I don't have a name for him. Don't also have a name for number 17. But number 40 is Mac Taylor. And VY Chow threw it to a Boise defender. Boise breaking here. Set up a vert stack, it looks like. Gets to break around. A hawk coming. I think that's just out of the reach of number 40, Mac Taylor. And Boise gets a break on Blackbird after a VY Chow turnover. Let me see if Blackbird or Boise is tweeting the scores. Oh, I see, they are tweeting. So Boise is currently up on Blackbird, it seems. 6-4. That was before. Actually, I think they just tweeted, so Boise is up on Blackbird 6-4. Right? That's pretty surprising. Blackbird coming in as a number 2 seeded team, and I think Boise was. Let me check. Actually, if they were seeded. Oh, 11. So an upset brewing here. Boise pulls it to Blackbird. And with the break here, I think Boise can take it to half. Blackbird not looking strong coming into their first game of the day. So that's Mia Weeb. Sorry, not Mia. Melina Weeb. Makes it a hold for Blackbird. So the score should be 6-5 now. Boise up on Blackbird. It's going to be tough, but I'm gonna try to see if I can keep track of the scores here for Blackbird and Boise. If not, someone's tweeting for Boise, so I'll just get the recap on that one. Second half is about to start for the Mischief versus Bozos game. So I'll be returning to coverage just a bit. Blackbird set to pull. And we have a pull, so we have to return to this other game. But I'll make sure to stay on top of the coverage on that game once this one's over. Mischief sends it to number 47. Slap getting a nice cut into open space, but is getting poached. So that poachy defender forgets that his cutter, the cutter he was guarding, can also get open. Good recognition by the Mischief thrower. Makes the score 8-2. And from the looks of things, I think that Mischief, sorry, Blackbird has a possession here. Mac Taylor sends a deep puck. That's number 12, Lexi Hassan. To number 0, and then a floaty pass to number 5, but a nice sky there by the Boise players. Let's see, I think this is an O-line for Blackbird, but let's go back to this game. Birdstaff for Bozos. It's Diego on the mark. 32 on the under, and now makes an L cut to the break side, and almost a great bid D there. Flick huck into open space. That's going to put Bozos third point of the game. They are down 8-3. Back to the Mischief game. Mac Taylor handling. Still the same point. I think this is a offensive possession for Mischief, since I think several people on there are O-line players. Mac Taylor and Lexi Hassan. I could be wrong because I don't see Molina. Boise on the open side. The 31 from Blackbird can't keep up. Now trying to work the break side here. An OI flick to the break side. Throws an IO flick up the line. Boise working it in. Nice IO to the break side there, and almost got to continue from that one. Has a turn to dump. Well guarded. Gets the looks off into the second dump. Now break side throw. That's caught, but I think there's a pick call on the play. Over here on the left, we have a pull from Bozos to Mischief. I'll get return to that game after this score, after this point. And Blackbird holds the line, but back to this game. We have a sky coming. That's well defended by Bozos. Several people went up for that disc. And I think Blackbird just took a timeout, or someone, Blackbird versus Boise, one of them took a timeout. Bozos gets a break opportunity here. Nice cut under. Another cut. Grabs it with one hand. Now a space throw. Has to run into that one. And a great put by Bozos. They get their first break of the game. And they are celebrating. They have to take advantage of that to try to come back against Mischief. Score is now 8-4. Mischief up on Bozos. See if Boise has tweeted any updates. Not seen any. But Blackbird with possession here. That's number 2. Mac Taylor throws it into open space. Trying to get the bump back to Taylor. Now breaks it with the hammer. Nice soft hammer. Easy catch for number 2. But Boise runs under that one. Blackbird claiming that she had possession of the disc before it got stripped. But the Boise defender not liking that call. Boise's going to get a scoring opportunity here. So let's get back to this game though, sorry. Slap sends a hug deep to no one. Looks like she lost her cutter. Boise throws a break side, throws it on the break. And turns and dumps to the middle. They're about 5 yards shy from the end zone. And a nice soft throw. And Boise gets the score. Mischief gets it back though in this game. And Iowa hug to Manisha. But just too high. It sails over her head. Couldn't quite connect there. The break side flick. Mischief on the under. And that's 22 for Mischief, currently handling. Outfield throw. Tries to continue, but strike prevents that. And looks like Blackbird and Blackbird and Boise. Boise takes half on Blackbird. So they are up either 7-5 or 7-6 on Blackbird right now. It's going to be a Mischief hold. Makes the score of this game. I think it's 9-3 or 9-4. Let me check. So many windows open, losing track of them. 9-4. And it looks like Boise did take half on Blackbird. They're up 7-5. Back to this game. Bozos hucks it and couldn't quite hold on to that one. I think the fall broke up that catch. Now Huck coming from Mischief. There are two players there, but one's a lot faster than the other one. But a good connection between the two players makes it a break for Mischief. They are up 10-4. Looks like this game is getting the way from Bozos here. Down by 6 currently. Let's get some coverage here of polar bears versus I think that's Lawn Patrol. Pull goes up from Mischief. Bozos takes it right in front of the end zone. Looking for the huck, but straight up mark from Mischief prevents that from happening. On an under, almost gets a lay out there for Mischief, and now gets some contact on him. And the Bozos player gonna call a foul on Mischief. Bozos trying to hold here. Huck goes up, Nice separation from Yeagle. And Yeagle gets burned deep by Bozos, making it 10-5. All right, well, that's in downtime. We have a start of a point for Lawn Patrol versus PBR. While Blackbird and Boise still in halftime. I think that's Greg sending it over to Marley. Great touch on it. And they are able to connect in the end zone. Good touch by number 9, Greg, to number 44, Marley. Blackbird and Boise about to start the second half. While Mischief and Bozos, they're starting the 16th point of the game on offense. Mischief signals that they're ready. Number 18 pulls it. Not that high hanging of a pool. And Bozos gets the under D. Under D. Number 45 picking it up. Trying to take advantage of this break here. And almost a nice grab in the end zone there for Bozos. Meanwhile, Blackbird has just pulled to Boise. And Mischief gets another chance on O. Slap taking it, and wow, she likes to huck it, and she has great touch. And now over to the break side on Devin. Looks like the defender got lost again. So that makes the score of that game 11-5. While I update that, get Blackbird versus Boise game into frame. A huck coming from Boise, but falls into the hands of number 3 from Blackbird. Blackbird trying to break here against Boise. It's number 51. And I think that's Yo Kawaoka handling, number 19. Gets it over 51 once again. Yo over to the break side. He can do so easily with him being a lefty. Just turning and dumping. And now decides to huck it after that one. Oh, and just out of the hands there. For number, I think that was 31 from Blackbird. And a missed break opportunity for them. Something's being called. Back to the Mischief Bozos game. I think Mischief is counting down plays. Oh, he's switching force here. Huck deep, but a Mischief defender is right there. Meanwhile, looks like Boise, in the other game, is setting up a vert stack. Trying to hold here after the first point of the half. Trying to make it 8-5 against Blackbird. Get him a decent lead. Mischief hucks it deep, but can't quite get there. Bozos putting it into space, but there are two Mischief players there. Meanwhile, Yo Kawaoka can't get the D after a huck, and Boise goes up on Blackbird 8-5. In this game, though, Mischief turns it. So Bozos is going to try to hold here once again. Nice bid attempt there from Mischief. Now they're streaking deep, but there's a player waiting and can't quite get the sky there from Boise. Great defense by Mischief. Mischief player had a better first possession on it. Mischief with the break chance here. Nice IO flick over the break side. Now hits the open side. Flick goes up into space, and I think that's going to put it in. Mischief gets another break, making it 12-5. While I update the scores, Boise just pulled to Blackbird. Molina gets the grab, sorry. And Blackbird's gonna go up, sorry. Blackbird's gonna score there, making the score of that game 8-6. So the game we're casting, originally casting, is 12-5. Mischief up on Bozos. Have a chance to win it here. Still waiting for the pool. Third game we're able to cover is Polar Bears, and I think it's Lawn Patrol. Outgoing, but that falls to number 21, Dulcie. And I think that was a break chance for Lawn Patrol, since this is PBR's O-line. Takayama currently handling. Dumps it at Robot to Marley, and we're going to have to return to this other game because the point has started. Bozos catches it. Williams on the mark. Trying to hook it with power, but doesn't find a cutter in space. So they work it around on the break side, and now an OI flick huck. But there were 2 or 3 Mischief players in the area. Something's being called though. Give you an update on the Bozos, Boise Blackbird game. I think Boise has just scored, so they held on Blackbird, making the game 9-6 over there. In this game, looks like Bozos maybe sending it back. Yep, so number, no, I can't tell. Ah, there it is. Sorry, just looking for the disc. Williams on the mark. Williams on the mark once again. But it gets D'd on the under. Great layout there by Mischief. That's number 47. Or 62, sorry. Oh, you only have a 3-inch screen, so it's hard to see. Mischief into space. This could be the end of the game if he comes down with it. And rises above everyone. That's a break for Mischief. Score of that game is currently 13-5. I think that's the end of it, unless I'm mistaken. So while that's going on, Mac Taylor in the Blackbird versus Boise game. And I think that was VY Chow who currently scored. So score of this game is 9-7 now. And yep, it is the end of the Blackbird versus Boise. Sorry, not Blackbird versus Boise. Mischief versus Bozos. It's a little tough going back and forth here, remembering team names. So Boise, Mischief takes the win against Bozos. Final score of this game is 13-5. So I'm going to continue coverage of the quarterfinals here. And cover the Mischief Blackbird game, or the rest of this game. Currently the score is 9-7. Boise up on Blackbird. So I just tweeted over to Boise and Blackbird, letting them know that I'm covering the rest of their game. 31 pulls it for Blackbird. Speaking of bird, I just put my hands on some bird poop here. It's a risk you take when you are streaming from a garage near the top level. And Boise, what a nice little throw over to the break side, but still shy of the end zone. 31 on the mark. And another high release. This one gets defended though. That's Yo Kawaoka laying out for that one. Looks like Blackbird sets up a side stack on trying to get this break here. That's Lexi Hassan who slips. But Boise saying that she is out. Hassan arguing that she caught the disc and then fell out. If you're just joining us, the Mischief versus Bozos game just ended. Final score of that game was 12-5. Sorry, 13-5. And we're currently covering the rest of the Blackbird versus Boise game. It's a very close game. I think this current score is 9-7. Boise up on Blackbird. Wait, nope. Score is 8-6 apparently. Got the wrong score. That's according to Boise's Twitter account. Though I think, let's just go by their Twitter account, because I have not been following it that closely. And number 31 just shy of the end zone. He's calling himself in though. And Boise agrees that's a break for Blackbird. Actually, I think we might have to go with our score because I think Boise's ultimate, or Twitter, is a little behind. So I think that makes the score of this game 9-8. Boise's still up on Blackbird. Let's see if Boise can confirm. Actually, it might be 9s now. I'm not sure. Let's see, I have 9-6, 8-6, and it was 9-6, 9-7, and 9-8. Okay, I think it is 9-8 though. So I think it's 9-8. Blackbird set to pull here. Trying to get another break to even things up. They're going to need 2 to take the lead. Hug coming from Boise. An open defender goes up and comes down with it. Whistle going off. Not sure if that's hard cap or soft cap, but A little misread there at the end. Could have probably walked it out. Decides to take it high and ends up falling. Not sure what times these games are supposed to last. Started at 8:25, so I think we're nearing the end of the game. Allowed time, so I think a whistle may have been hard cap actually. I think that's Mac Taylor sending it deep. And Lexi Hassan coming down with it. Floats it in the air for number 29, VY Chow, who reads it, and Blackbird gets the break there. And I think they have just tied things up against Boise. Score is currently 9-9, I believe. And if that whistle was hard cap, that means that this next point is probably universe. Let me just check the time that they're supposed to go to. Okay, I'm opening up this schedule. I think that was hard cap. This game is supposed to go to 9:40, and it's currently 9:42. So I think Boise probably would have won if they had caught it there at the end zone, and instead Blackbird gets a chance to move to the semis against Boise. I think this may be universe, folks. Taylor on the mark. Gets left behind on a give go. Backhand into, looks like break side. And now a hug coming. But there's a Blackbird defender there. And Boise can't come down with it. Blackbird getting a chance here to get a break, and I think if this is universe, then this is the end of the game. And Blackbird staging a comeback against Boise, down 9-6 at one point, and now it's tied 9-9. Gotten 2 breaks in a row. Trying to make it a third to take the win. Mac Taylor hucks it deep. We have BY Chow, and number 31 comes down with it. Checking to see if he's in the end zone, calling himself in. But we have a couple of injured Boise players. Hopefully not injured too badly. And they're lining it up. It looks like Blackbird does come back against Boise. They end up getting the win on a universe, scoring 3 breaks in a row against Boise. Boise was up for most of the game, and then near the end couldn't hold the lead against Blackbird. Succumbed under the pressure. That one's going to hit hard for them. I think the final score of that game is 10-9. Oishi could not hold to the lead. Blackbird will be moving on to the semis, along with Mischief, and I think Polar Bears. So the number 1, 2, and 3 seeds will be moving on. Not sure who the other team will be playing in the semis, but we're going to see which game seems a little more interesting and cover most of that, but I'll also be trying to go back and forth between the other semis game. So user Derek Murad is asking where the other semi games are going to be. So they're also here at this field, field number 1 and field number 2, where Mischief is currently playing, or was playing. And then field number 2 is this one where Polar Bears was just playing. So right next to each other. I'm going to end the stream here to just cut this video, and then I'm going to restart the stream in about a couple of minutes to commence coverage of the semis. Not sure who's playing against whom yet. Let me check. Let's see. Actually, let me check before I go off stream. So, looks like I think it may be bird fruit. Actually, I have no idea. I don't know. I know Mischief's going to play against someone from field number 4. And then we'll have, it looks like it's going to be Blackbird versus Polar Bears in the semifinals. I think I may cover that, since yesterday's Polar Bears versus Blackbird game was pretty exciting. That one also came down to Universe. So looks like I'll get coverage of that one. So I'll end the stream here and then restart it in a couple of minutes. So just refresh your page in a few minutes when I restart the stream. All right, see you in a bit. Oh, and special thanks to Paige Kircher. Thanks for commenting and tuning in.